Hello, my name is Ron Dunbar, and I'm going to be speaking about the late author Robert Jordan. He is the author of the book series The Wheel of Time. Robert Jordan's only other primary profession before he became a very distinguished author was that he was a helicopter pilot and he served in the Vietnam War. He was born October 17, 1948, and he was laid to rest in September of 2007. He was diagnosed in 2006 with a rare blood disease called cardiac amyloidosis. It's a condition in which the proteins are produced by the bone marrow. They become deposited in the walls of the heart. Robert Jordan's book series, The Wheel of Time, it published 14 million copies in the United States alone, 44 million copies worldwide. His books were printed in over 30 languages. And later, after the first 6 books were completed, it inspired a role-playing game, a soundtrack, and even a computer game. There is a total of 15 books, including a prequel book titled A New Spring. Robert Jordan developed in a very extensive book, the world itself, for his book series, The Wheel of Time. He took a great number of our own world's peoples and nations and kind of changed them up, configured them to make an entirely different, diverse set of cultures that was very ingenious in the way that it was completed. Some examples are the AL. They're a very hardy desert people that despise horses, and they will not touch a sword. That's akin to the Native Americans, who never used swords, yet are also like the Arabs, yet Arabs love horses. Another would be the Andorrans. It's a very, very honorable, night-bound, medieval time type era, which is a lot like our feudal Great Britain, London, that area. Then you have like the Tinkers, who they're a very colorful, traveling people. They do not believe in violence, which is akin to our form of the Gypsies. Robert Jordan died after completing the 11th book in the series. There was a very slight time frame where there were some questions as to whether the series was going to be completed, and his wife, Harriet McDougal, who is also a editor with Tor.com, which is the book series the book company that published his books. She began searching for an author to complete the book series, and she settled on an author by the name of Brandon Sanderson, who was an up-and-coming author who had, throughout his childhood, read the Robert Jordan Wheel of Time series and fell in love with the series. And he got a phone call one day by Miss Harriet McDougal, and first thought she was joking, and then after a while, he accepted. If there was supposed to only be a 12th book, and when he read over the notes that were given by Mr. Jordan, he decided there was too much information, and so the final book became 3 books. The very basics along the book that I personally enjoyed, that I believe is important, is that Mr. Robert Jordan, he had a magic system in his world that a lot of fantasy writers will develop. Yet his actually made sense. It was not a lot like a lot of other books where you'll read a book, it'll have a magic system, and one particular person just suddenly has something that goes over somebody else's. He had a system that was developed off the Chinese yin and yang. The first half would be the Satan half, which is the male half of the one power, which is the name of the magic in the world. The second half is the Sadar. It's the female half. They have to work together in order for great works to be completed. In fact, the Wheel of Time series itself, the Wheel of Time is based off the Hinduism religion of life cycle, rebirth. Robert Jordan was, in my opinion, one of the greatest writers, and after he died, I myself was very saddened. And while his works were completed by another writer, and I am happy for that, he will be very, very, very missed. And this picture of Robert Jordan I received it and I'm using it from us.macmillan.com. Thank you for your attendance and